swagger.
Hey, welcome into the 5-Hole Fantasy Hockey Podcast. We are your hosts, Concarne, Alan, and Jay. Jay, please tell me it's also just as cold out in the wilderness of Yellowknife as it is here in the American Midwest.
Oh, don't you worry, Alan. It's so cold. We don't even have snow here. It's crazy. It's insane.
Okay. It just rains blocks of ice. Like it just doesn't even get a chance to hit the ground.
The clouds can't form. There's no precipitation. It's too cold. It's amazing.
Oh man. Okay, that makes me feel a little better. But we are here with your shutdown shift tonight. Your preview of the weekend. Hopefully help you shut down your opponent, score that W. But before we get into it, as always, we ask if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe or here on YouTube or wherever you get your fine podcast from. Hop into our Discord. I have actually started attaching the link here in YouTube for the visual audience. And then also follow us on Twitter. I like to retweet things, try to make funnies, provide commentary on just things happening around the league, and you can slide into our DMs. And lots of nice tools at FHFhockey.com that we have there. But let's get into some business here. We got trade action, Jay. A little bit. I don't know how much of it's fantasy relevant, but first up we had Carson Soucy traded to both of these are to the Islanders. Carson Soucy traded to the Islanders for a 2026 third. I would say he is just as fantasy relevant. If he was already fantasy relevant to you, he's still fantasy relevant now. But I can't think of too many leagues where he's relevant. Then the other one, Andre Palat to the Islanders for Maxim Siplikov, 2026 third and 2027 sixth. Seems like a weird trade. It almost seems like I guess Jersey had to kind of pay for that, just to offload that contract, which is pretty albatross for Jersey because he was a 45, 50 point guy in Tampa, and he's been maybe a 30 point guy all 3 seasons in Jersey. But remember, the Islanders have Kyle Palmieri and Pierre Engvall on I believe they are both on season ending LTIR, which means you get their complete salary. They just can't come back this season at all. So no cap circumcision there, like in years past. And Romanov, the defenseman, is month to month. So the Isles definitely had cap space to burn here. But looks like he is in the top 6. He's on the even strength line with Horvat and Heineman. And he did take a shift on power play 1 and already has a power play goal, which is only his 5th goal of the season. I don't know, Jay. To me, like I've said in the past, he does things that don't really show up on the score sheet. But are we interested at all if the Islanders have a good schedule and he kind of keeps this deployment?
I mean, for less than 4 minutes of play, Alan, to get a goal and a power play goal, that holy shit. Yeah. What's this guy's ownership rate? 0%. Yeah. I definitely more interested. There are some shitty guys on the wire at this point, Alan. It's sort of that grind in the season. And I was going to say as well, too, who would have pictured that the Devils would be the ones shedding salary cap and that the Isles would be the ones picking up at this stage in the season? I think this guy could be interesting for sure. I mean, left wing only. So, I mean, I hope to God you have other aspects of your lineup that you already are well bolstered for. He's not going to offer you positional flexibility, but yeah, for sure. Who else would compete with him for where he's at? He's line 1 alone. They haven't put him with his specific, I don't even see a tag listed for which power play he was part of, but
it was the Schaefer and Horvat, what you would consider the 1A, I think.
So imagine a guy just rolls through and he's the L1 PP1 I think 0% ownership does not represent what this guy is actually representing in terms
him
of
over
value.
Druin all day.
Him over Anders Lee, I would even say, like if
Oh,
you're
wow,
really
okay.
being aggressive. But
Yeah, we got
I
to
mean,
get Druin out of that top 6. Matthew Darsh, make it happen.
something.
And then the big headline today happened within the last couple of hours. Artemi Panarin is beginning to be held out for trade-related reasons. It sounds like definitely until after the Olympic break. Some shuffling around there. We got Alexis Lafreniere on power play 1 now. Cooley to Tro's left wing. And then it does look like Gavrikov is back on power play 1. I know that they practiced with a 5-forward power play earlier this week, but looks like Gavrikov. I don't know. It seems like they like him because Morrow, Scott Morrow only got like a handful of game audition and they yanked him. But yeah, with Panarin definitely out, Jay. I don't know. Do you see them? I see them sticking to a more traditional power play, especially once they get Fox back. Do you think that holds while Fox is out?
Yeah, I mean, at the end, Alan, we were mentioning too, like with how long Panarin would be out, and we joked about it being, like at the end of the day, he's not a very good tank commander. So you kind of are working against the grain here if you're, like the guy said it best. I forgot which guy was saying it. I think it was a fantasy football podcast, but he said you cannot simultaneously say analytics, and the moment you get eliminated, ignore the fact that analytics says go lose every fucking game the moment you're eliminated. Panarin doesn't help you do that, which really sucks. I agree, Alan, for any Panarin holders now. I would even venture to say, do we think there is any solid trade value for Panarin still if you are a Panarin holder?
Because I think if anything, this is like, if you're trying to move him, his value is probably the lowest because he could be out
100%
for at least another week and a half. But if you're trying to buy,
you think I'm sitting here.
That's what I'm saying. His value is kind of at his lowest because we don't know how much longer he's going to be out or where he's going. We have suspects, but we don't know where he's going. So, you can. This is like JT Miller last year, or else was like, I'm just gonna get him for speculative value. It's gonna be awesome. And then I was like, oh, the Rangers. Yeah, no, I was kind of hoping for Dallas. Boo.
Yeah, and I think one sucky part as well with this Panarin setup is that he's not exactly. He's not. Is he waiting for anything? I don't think so. Right? Like he's not gonna need. He's not gonna need to push for any suitors. So like if you're giving him a chance to,
it sounds like a third of the league is in on him from what I saw.
Right. If anything, he's the guy, choosing, right? Like he's the guy going, I want to waive or not waive this clause to allow myself to be moved to this team. The other one I was saying too is that he's out. And at this point in the season, I don't think there are any healthy hockey players. I think you are playing through something no matter what at this stage in the season.
Oh yeah, what do they say? It's like, are you hurt or are you injured? Like,
yes. Yeah. Are you hurt or are you injured?
Oh my God, what was it? Who was it? I forget what it was on Twitter. I think it was one of the bigger pundits that was just like that stated. I think it was 22% of the goalies are like out injured right now.
Holy smokes! Oh God, is it like? It's got to be like the fucking Avs or something that like doesn't have it. No, wait, the Avs probably still have an injury.
No, you got to think like Shesterkin's out. We just had UPL go out.
Blackwood is back though. Blackwood is back. Yeah.
Well, it was Wedgwood. I think just had a kid, so he was
right.
Yeah, I don't think they've called up Trent Miner for that, but he's definitely kind of not playing right now.
So Shesterkin is gone. Is 22% of the league sounds insane, Alan, though. That is like, that's beyond just like, oh yeah, a couple guys with the sniffles. You know what I mean? Like that's
right. Well, I think you only have, how many possible goalies, and then it probably doesn't take it probably takes fewer than we think to come up to 22%.
Demko, you mentioned already earlier in the pod. Yeah. And I guess UPL is probably the big names when I'm just clicking through a couple of these guys.
Yeah. And I think I think Olmark is considered roster again, so he's not included in
Right.
that. But yeah, anyway, since we brought it up, yeah, first up, like we were just talking about Demko. Thatcher Demko is choosing to undergo season-ending hip surgery. Poor dude. I remember, like, it seems not that long ago when it was like Fantasy Hockey Podcast was talking about, oh, Thatcher Demko got called up. This guy is going to be huge. He is this just top titty tier goalie prospect. He's gonna rock the league. I mean, he's good. He has been good. I still remember that Game 7 against, I think it was Vegas, where just put on a clinic. It just sucks. Who knows how many good seasons he has left, or even, a third of a season left in him. Because I forget how
Alan,
many.
But he put up that. Sorry, how many surgeries? I don't even.
I was
going to
say, like, I remember people seeing conversation about how many surgeries he's had so far. It's definitely more than you should, and given that he's so young, it's just, this is not good. This is not good.
It's gut wrenching when they make their personal backyard the OR. Like, it's, it sucks, right? And yeah. I guess the other one too, emblematic of, I guess, the career so far as well, is that amazing game against Vegas. I think still ended in a series loss. No, Alan?
Like, yeah, but it's still like you just gotta be in awe of that. But as far as fantasy implications, I don't know, Jay. Like we were discussing before the pod, like they've lost their top 3 to 5 defensemen in the league. They've definitely clearly sellers. They're only going to get worse. Are we interested in Lankinen, or I forget who the other guy is that would play some games, who both of them are below league average? Oh yeah, it's Lankinen. I just forget who will back him up for the most part.
Who will watch from the sidelines? Nikita Tolopilo?
That's what it was. Yeah. Both of them have below league average, like, save percentages. I'm not interested. I don't know about you.
They need so much to go in the net. Like, they are 100% McKenna or bust. There's so many McKenna or busts, Alan. Like, Vancouver really needs McKenna on their team. I would say too, like, I would probably say the next team I was imagining and envisioning, like, St. Louis seems to be the next worst team, but I didn't imagine St. Louis was a kind of in that zone. I was more envisioning kind of like Chicago, but Chicago kind of has, still kind of, I guess, overtime
Bedard
lost
keeps
their way up.
Night in, night out.
Yeah.
As I say, you want to keep it moving?
Let's do it.
All right. So not really an injury, but Brian Rust was suspended 3 games for an illegal check to the head of Besser. So again, insult to injury. Like they've lost, and I have another Canuck on here. I know there were a couple guys that didn't practice. Like, I'm just not interested in any goaltending in Vancouver. But yeah, Brian Rust suspended 3 games. So right away he was labeled as out for a moment, which you could stash in IR, IR plus. But as of this morning, when I checked, he is now NA, which is not IR eligible. But hey, if your league has an NA spot, like the spot I had him, throw him in there, and I was able to pick someone up. But it does sound like Igor Chinikov is slotting into his place on Power Play 1. That is, I like that. That's a little spicy. The Pens don't have like a super great schedule this week, but I feel like that's definitely could be a good pickup if you got the room, because he was already on a little bit of a hot streak.
Their team kind of doesn't seem to be crazy productive aside from Crosby. I'm just looking at like some of the guys. So Mantha is probably one of the more productive players after Malkin, right? So I guess Rust, Malkin, Mantha. That's pretty much it. But every one of those guys is still below 50, whereas, I guess Malkin hit 40. But then Crosby's almost at 60. So like there seems to be a huge gap between, I guess, how the team's playing. Not quite to the level of Celebrini and literal, actual, I guess, like water-breathing sharks, it seems like, that's supporting him on ice. But yeah, like it's I don't want to say dire for for the Pens. But yeah, like what's their setup right now? 63 points. Like, how in the world are they maintaining this sort of setup in the Metro when it just seems like Crosby's the only guy doing nothing on the ice, like doing anything on the ice? Sorry.
Yeah. I mean that I like that Chinikov trade for them. It seems like he's I don't know, like it's just weird that why wasn't he this guy in Columbus? But I know that a lot of it was he was shoved down the lineup there. But he finally got out. Anyway, so and on the other end of that, so we have Brian Rust suspended for the check to the head on Brock Besser, who was moved to IR on Monday in concussion protocol, and then also Zeev Boyum is out indefinitely with a fractured cheekbone. So that top six. What do we got? In Vancouver, DeBrusk, Pedersen, Linus Carlson, and then Hedel centering line 2 now that he's finally back for the next handful of games, between Drew O'Connor, Lekermaki, and then power play 1. Yeah, Phil Hronek is quarterbacking power play 1.
Was just gonna say
I'm a little interested in.
I'm not disinterested in. The only thing I would say is just like looking ahead of his schedule. Currently, he's got the Thursday, Saturday, kind of a disgusting amount of 15 and 14.
Defensemen will be a little bit easier to get in, but I feel like that Hronek is probably the only gettable piece I'm interested in Vancouver anymore. It's only gonna get worse.
Well, there's no way to get rid of, like, Lord knows there's no way to get rid of your Pedersen stocks at this point, right? Like you're holding.
No, I mean you can try and kind of flout that maybe he'll get traded. But I don't know, man. I don't know if that happens in season. That might be a postseason trade.
So they do have 2 games on that February 2nd onward setup right before the break. The problem is those 2 games. Okay, I guess first the problem is 2 games isn't that much. Like they have 3-game teams as well. But the problem is they only play on the heavy Monday and Wednesday, so 10 games apiece.
Gotcha.
I don't know, Alan. This is
it's getting real gross real fast.
I know.
It's race to the bottom.
Yeah.
And then next up, Dylan Guenther was held out at the last minute of last night's game. I know I saw some people on Discord not happy that there was like no notification on it, just no time to react. Just Dylan Guenther was out. I'm trying to think. You know what, he was already kind of playing up there and kind of earned a spot, but Kyler Yamamoto might be someone to keep an eye on. I don't think he gets power play 1 time. But maybe someone to keep an eye on, even strength there. He's already bumped down the lineup. He was playing top line. I think because Lawson Krause came back, but never mind. I'm not interested. And then last up here,
he doesn't get any power play time,
no.
which is an issue. Yeah,
no, but I would have been happy as a streamer for the first half of this week if he was playing with Keller and Schmaltz, but that's changed already. And then last up here, UPL Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, which sounds like some kind of creepy, or not creepy, but like a kooky Boy Scout thing you say at camp. But it left last night's game with a lower body injury. I guess there was a goal for Matthews, and he just kind of looked funny to get up and left the game. Colton Ellis took over, but I don't know, man. I think Alex Lyon. A lot of people, I know a lot of people were asking about him or dropping him, or hopefully you were able to hang on to him somehow. But I think it's Lion season for a little bit, unless it looks like they're having him evaluated tomorrow, Thursday, by the time a lot of you are listening to this. So I say if he's only 27% owned, Alex Lyon might be a pretty good medium-term hold, depending on how long UPL's out. Especially, what I just see in the last 23 games, Buffalo's like 19-3-1 or something crazy, like just unreal season from them.
Alan, they are 5 points off of the Tampa Bay Lightning. What the fuck?
Yeah, man, what is going on with this season?
I don't understand. Also, the Leafs are genuinely not going to make the playoffs. They are 8 points out, and games played.
What did I see today? It was like you guys are pretty much have to win every game the rest of the season.
I think so.
I think it was what I saw.
In order for the Leafs to make it, they need probably 95 points. So they are 38 points away. Alan, like the Leafs need to win like 20
I think it was every
29
game. Like
games.
They cannot lose from here on out.
It's insane. And I would say as well too, like this Buffalo team, like Alan, I remember before we were saying like, hey, do we like listeners were wondering if they wanted in on those Buffalo goalies or not. And I'm saying like, dude, like if you got in on Lyon, that seems like a huge
right or can get in on Lyon at this point.
Yes.
Even when they were both healthy.
Because 28% with UPL out. Oh, I don't know, Alan. Let's check to see if he's available.
Oh, what's this notification? What?
It's huge one. I would say in terms of listeners as well that were looking for value, like I would say what other speculative value, what other goalie or goalies would be offering this sort of upside, like a team that is playoff bound, playoff position, or at least fighting for a position and spot. And also, with 30 games out is being upgraded from 1A to like 60%, 66% net share.
Yeah, I mean, as good as Colton Ellis has been for them in the few stints, but I'm just I don't know if I want Ellis. I want Lyon, who has proven he can be really good in when he has to be in spurts. But moving on the weekend preview here. So kind of not much to stream from. It's a little sparse out there. So no teams have Thursday, Friday, Sunday. Couple teams with Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. You got Carolina, which is a pretty good team to stream from. Most of those guys are just available. That second line, well, quote second line, it's Carolina. It could be the two different lines tomorrow. Stankoven, Hall, Blake, the Jackson Blake, those guys all have like several points in their last 6. I was gonna say just go check on Nikishin, but it looks like Ghost Bear should be back either tomorrow or later this week, very soon. It sounds like, which then Nikishin loses a lot of his value. I don't know, Jay, anyone we're super interested in here? We got a couple other teams.
Yeah, I was just saying to any listeners, like the big play, I think you have to look at Chicago. Like I have so many guys on my bench on Thursday and Saturday. It's disgusting. Like so many guys, wingers, centermen, they're all hanging out and just having a pool party, you know.
I mean, that was what was nice about the one spot I did have Panarin in, like Thursday and Saturday. I was able to slot other guys in. I'm good. Obviously not as good as Panarin, but much better. Yeah. So I would say, Chicago, you're right. I think for that Friday game, it's the only game on Friday is them in Columbus. So
Tyler Bertuzzi was the guy you mentioned, right? He's the guy like must add, grab him across the board because he's the only guy available in Chicago that's useful. Yeah.
Barely, maybe. I know they've shuffled around that top line too. So there could be someone coming up. But LA, pretty much the same guys we mentioned on Sunday. The Ferrier, Corey Perry. Although, hey, if the Kings trade for Panarin, who knows? Maybe Corey Perry is finally off the top line. Andrei Kuzmenko. And then Vegas, Riley Smith did practice on the top line with Stone and Eichel Tuesday. We'll see if that sticks. I like him much more as far as like any sort of fantasy relevance over Barbashev. I mean, Riley Smith has had that scoring pedigree in the past, especially with Vegas. Otherwise, I feel like you're kind of using Vegas for riffs, like the guys like Keegan Kolesar, Jeremy Lauzon. I mean, Barbashev is third line now, so yeah, I'm just not definitely not interested in him now. But Friday, Sunday, no one's got both Friday and Sunday. But like I just said, Columbus, one of the only teams that plays Friday. A lot of these guys are still pretty available, especially like Mason Marchment. Tampa. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying one other thing I want to mention for these guys is Chicago and Columbus are both unique as well because they both offer. I know I literally just mentioned and complained about the what do you call it? the packed Thursday and packed Saturday schedules.
Yeah.
But Chicago and Columbus both offer unique back-to-back opportunities where Chicago does the Thursday, Friday back-to-back and Columbus does the Friday, Saturday back-to-back. So there's kind of like some wiggle room. I know it's pretty unlikely that you just so happen not to have any guys available, but I would say just look at your specific roster.
So you're saying pick up on Thursday to get Friday.
Well,
or if you can play them Thursday.
Yeah, I would say just notice the guys available. Because like, let's say if I have Bertuzzi, I would probably pick Bertuzzi. And I think if I didn't have,
and I'm sure you'd play him on Thursday, like that's.
And I play him on Thursday, yeah, just so, or even like pick him up just so somebody else don't get him for the the Columbus game, right?
Yeah.
And then on the flip side too, you can go the other route where if you can't fit him in on the Thursday, but you can fit him in on Saturday, then try to see who's available on Columbus. I think, Alan, that in terms of available guys on Columbus, maybe it is really just a Marchment or Boone. I remember us looking at it last time, which I don't know
Charlie
if I
Coyle,
know.
who seems to be kind of the hotness right now.
100%. Voronkov is, wow, this guy
line 4. His ice time is just in the toilet.
Crater. Holy moly.
But as I say, is like a nice Hail Mary. I mean, you got Tampa plays on Sunday. Bjorkstrand for power play 1. Anthony Cirelli, 41%. He's pretty much line 1 right now, line 1 center right now. Definitely probably the just go check. Maybe you'd scoop him up a little early. Anaheim plays Vegas on Sunday, and I just saw Twitter come through. It looks like Troy Terry could return tomorrow, Thursday, which would be, today, depending on when you're listening to this. Mikael Granlund, arguably the 1 or 2C right now. Just go check on Bennett Seneca. I was able to pick him up for a minute, and then he went out, but now he's back. But Chris Kreider, definitely available. Power play 1. I don't know, any bright spots, Jay, because I think Sunday you got a few games to choose from, but it's hard to get a stream that covers more than one of these really desolate off nights.
Yeah, I don't think there is. Like, I'm really, really scrounging my eyes hard to find one, and I don't think so. The other one, Alan, too, is Sunday is also a sparse day, right? 6 teams playing.
I mean, at least, I was about to say, at least there's a handful of games there, whereas Friday you only have one game for some reason.
I would say the important part would be that the games the game weeks will be won and lost on these Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday bunches, just by virtue of how these games are churning out. Like, I guess theoretically you could have had a Boston or streamed hard on the Anaheim Ducks or the Tampa Bay Lightning and somehow gotten like, oh yeah, I had the bookend Monday and Sunday off nights, yay. But like, I can't, like, Alan, how many players would you be able to stream to the point where you could say is swayed heavily? Like,
exactly. I think most of us, I don't know, depending on how active you are in the wire or how eager you are to drop certain people, I know typically most I might have like 2 stream spots. And I mean, but at this point in the season, a lot, if you're not in a playoff spot, it's desperate times. If you think you can win it by dropping that one more guy on the bottom of your roster, go for it, man. It's do or die. And then if you're out of the playoffs and someone grabs that guy, well, then that is not a problem for you.
And the other one I was going to say too is like the guys that are like, I know we have 2 waiver wire spots, but also what guys are really available on these spots that are worthwhile to like value drop as well. Like,
I think Boston, you could pick up a couple of decent guys, but I don't know how that Boston Tampa game could go. That could be, 5-4 barn burner. That could be 1-0, 2-1.
Yeah. 100%. Those games actually might be huge to grab the Boston side of the tender, right? Like,
well, you think? What?
Oh, actually, no, but Korpisalo.
Yeah, I don't think they'd start Korpisalo. I mean, Korpisalo's been hot. I think I forget what his last start was this week.
Yeah, but there's 2 nights between that. Like, I don't even know if.
Yeah, they probably would not start Korpisalo against Tampa.
No, that's a divisional game at that point.
Speaking of goalies, the only team that has a Friday, Sunday, Saturday back to back, like you said, Columbus. I don't know. Yeah, Jet Greaves, Elvis, they're probably still both widely available.
Jet Greaves is everywhere, man.
Yeah, I
It's
would
funny
say
because he also is
they're
doing
both
pretty well in
very
the crease.
winnable games for Columbus too.
He's actually been doing pretty well in the crease, so it's funny when I said he's been everywhere. Like it's both true, but also I think he's in a fair amount of leagues.
I forget if they've lost a second game or not since the coaching change. But yeah, they've been just on it. They got the new coach bump, like it's working for them.
I don't think they have Allen. I think
okay,
it's still
so they're still like
up
6-1
too.
or something.
That's hilarious. Oh,
man. But yeah, Saturday,
beating
Sunday,
Tampa, beating Dallas, beating
okay,
Pittsburgh and Vancouver doesn't, and Calgary doesn't sound quite as hot, but yeah, like it's been a pretty sweet ride.
Yeah, there's only 2 teams the Saturday, Sunday back-to-back. You could try to get a goalie from LA. Probably a lot of people picked up Forsberg at the beginning of the week, but you can see if he's available. Vegas, kind of a Kira Schmid with what's his dude out there? The one dude. Who cares? Yeah, Hill's probably widely taken. But now
the other guy is Carter Hart, is it?
Carter Hart, yeah, who cares about him? Yeah. But yeah, Kira Schmid may be out there, depending on who just dropped him or picked him back up. But looking at next week, the way I pulled this, and I apologize to all the Fantrax people. Jay and I realized a little too late that Fantrax groups this week and next week as week 17. I just did it based on Yahoo. But for this, I just took, Frozen Tools and was just like, show me, all of week 18 with that calendar range. So the best schedules in there. You got Buffalo and Washington have 6 games in week 18, 4 off nights. And then Florida, New York Islanders, and Pittsburgh all have 6 games, 3 off nights. Honorable mention to Ottawa and Nashville. They play 3 games in the 4 days before the break. If you wanted to try to use like 1 to 2, streams early in the week to try to get those points built up. Worst schedules, you got Boston with 3 games, no off nights. The Rangers with 3 games, 1 off night. Let me close my slides here. There we go. And then with that, it is mailbag time.
You've got mail.
Mailbag. Never gets old.
So before we get to that, we do have a question in the chat here from Raj, 16 Cats League. He's wanting to know if he should drop Schaefer for Dougie, Hamilton, Cam York.
He dropped him.
Oh, he dropped Schaefer. Ouch.
It looks like it on the next one, right? It says I dropped.
Yeah, because he says he dropped it. Ouch. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't checked peripherally what Schaefer does. I've never thought about it. I just know he's great points leagues. Yeah, I don't know. I think Dougie Hamilton actually has like the current longest points streak or something.
Right.
And his value is only going to get greater. But I don't know. I think Matthias Samuelsson, if you want someone who's going to cover all of your categories and has some scoring upside, I like him. And 16, I mean, no matter what, it's pretty much everyone's probably got studs. And the second you drop anyone, someone else is scooping them up. But yeah, I do like Samuelsson for cat coverage.
One man's trash is another man's treasure. It just is what it is. But even then, like, he's having a game tonight. Like, he has 1 power play assist. He has 1 power play assist. I guess 3 shots, 2 hits, assist. 2 blocks. It's good. It's half the game's gone by. Like, it's a very productive game. But you look at the games prior, and it's not like you're dropping him with no reason. You know what I mean, Raj? Like, he kind of wasn't doing much, and you
and then 6 teams. I mean, if he's not, you could very easily pick up someone else who can. Yeah, man, I wonder if the Isles have kind of mixed up the power play units here, because Barzal has a goal and Horvat has the secondary assist when they had split them up previously. So I wonder if they've gone back to something there.
And I would say as well too, like the Isles are just playing incredible hockey, right? Like they are firmly in playoff
and
position.
I mean, that was Matthew Darsh has come out and said, he wanted to reward his team for being in the playoffs, so he's going to buy conservatively where he can And yeah, no, I think Plot can be a very good addition in that top 6.
Huge. And it's, again, the big one is just for folks, think about this one from 0% ownership, right? Like there are some really putrid players that are still on like 1%, 2% ownership from like being forgotten and drafted. 0% ownership is nowhere near reflecting Palat's actual value. Like that, Alan,
No.
I
I
realistically
think
think
even
should
in
hover
Tampa, even there were, you'd see spurts where he'd actually get, gain ownership, whether it was because he was on power play 1 or playing, up on the line with Kucherov. I don't feel like that that less than 1%, the 0% is an accurate reflection of what he can do. 30 points. That's not cutting it for anyone's leagues, unless you're in like a 32 team league or something.
It's almost disrespectful. You know what I mean? It's almost disrespectful that he's a 0%.
One is good. I mean, it's a real hockey move too, because obviously he has, deep playoff experience.
Yes.
Help a lot of these guys.
But crucially as well, the Isles play 3 out of the 4 games, like 3 out of the 4 nights after February 2nd leading up. So, and he plays on 2 of the lighter nights. I don't know, man. Like, I'm not saying you like add him immediately. There's other guys too hanging around with like consistent deployment. I do want to see how it shakes out. But maybe we won't be able to see a shakeout before his ownership climbs like crazy. So, like, maybe folks.
I feel like he'll cap out at like 30, maybe 30%. But yeah, I don't think we'll still be talking about him. But now the actual mailbag questions. First one here from Gordon Bombay on Discord. What's going on with Jesper Bratt? 1 shot, 1 assist in his last 4 games, which definitely changed after last night. Not much in the last month. Feels like it's too late to get any value in the trade. Well, hopefully hung on to him and played him last night. I forget what he ended up doing, but I know he had at least 1 goal, 1
assist. The goal was a power play goal. He did convert on 1 of 2 shots, Alan. So like this guy, definitely coin flip,
But yeah, I just going through stats here. His shooting rate is in line. He's shooting pretty much what he has his whole career, but his shooting percentage is down. 9.6 on the season. His career is 12. His 5-on-5 shooting percentage is 5.9 versus 10-2 and 10-7 in the last 2 years. So he's just, things aren't going in. His time on ice and everything else is holding steady, so his opportunity is still there. So, and looking at the rest of the team, though, their high danger chances are around middle of the pack. So nothing too out of place. And then the team shooting percentage. This is where I know I've hit on a couple times lately. The team as a whole has been in like the bottom 2-3 shooting percentage over the last month. Only in like the last 2 weeks have they been around even 10%. And I think league average this year has been like 11-12. So they're just, things aren't going in. If it's just a matter of like, as that shooting percentage rebounds, he'll either be the one scoring that his shooting percentage personally comes up, or potentially get an assist. Like his IPP and power play IPP are right in line. So if you have more goals, he has a greater chance to get in on them. Remember, IPP is if a goal is scored, you were either the goal scorer or you got an assist on it. You were part of it somehow. I think this is, you're not going to get anything for him in a trade. So if you want to acquire him, this is a good time. I don't know if last night closes the window, but he's definitely him. That whole team has opportunity to rebound, and I don't know how that comes.
Alan, I think it's so funny that the hard-hitting journalism honestly is the most true journalism, which is the team needs more pucks to go in. Like it just honestly is.
It's that simple.
It's that simple. God damn it! Like this team.
I mean, the team is still shooting. The team is still getting the chances. They're just not going in. And could it stay low the rest of the season? Yeah, but I don't know. I'm sure there's someone out there willing to bank on that recovering.
They have so like I wonder about the idea of this, just the number of cooks and chefs in the kitchen, right? It's just they
I don't
have.
know. Jersey isn't as deep as we keep thinking. We keep thinking that they're going to be a cup contender, and then once we look at the lineup, they're like, oh wow, like who are some of these guys, right?
Who are some of these guys? It's health, Alan. Like they need to get some like yoga zen master in there or something. I don't know, like just like his only goal is to strengthen groins and strengthen, like I don't know, what do you call them?
And
Cartilage. I don't know,
cut,
whatever it is, soft tissue injuries or something. Like his only
bubble
goal.
wrap the
Bubble
shoulders
wrap.
of the Hughes kids. I
Would,
just
wouldn't it be amazing if he came in and he's like, guys, I have all these huge aspirations for you, and all he does is bring a bunch of Amazon boxes. It's like,
just
guys,
stuffs
we
them.
just need.
Yeah, because even Jack's starting to pile it back on. He's 5 points in his last three. There's that shooting percentage should rebound at some point, but it doesn't always mean it will. But yeah, you're right. Right now, if at the bottom of the bottom, you're not going to get anything for him in a trade. But if you're a buyer in this case, definitely someone someone to try to buy low on right now. And then
low owned guys. Well, the real answer first, Alan, I'm going to say.
Yeah, so for those listening, we're moving on here. We got Breadman in the chat. Any low-owned guys to replace Panarin this week? Again, I'm kind of a fan of Anthony Duclair. He hasn't done anything tonight. Maybe I don't know. Vegas has one of those 3-game nights, but then you're trying to get Riley Smith on like a Thursday and Saturday. I feel like that's a tall order. You might just have to kind of use your ads as like a day-by-day stream, or try to pick up some jackets, or Chicago for the Thursday Friday back-to-back.
Alan, I just said laugh and I regret it immediately. They play one game after February 2nd before the break. Don't do it to yourself. God damn it.
No, and that's why I love what is it, the Tom's charts or whatever on Reddit that they put out every Sunday. Lafreniere was in there, and then someone actually put in the comments, it's like, please, for the love of God, like, do not pick up.
Don't do it to yourself, boys. Don't do it to yourself. But I was going to look and say, okay, so a couple of guys that I was interested in. So Washington's been torrid, Alan. Washington has really struggled like the past few.
Man, it's been 5-1, dropping 5-1 to Seattle last night. That seems weird. They're very stingy about letting stuff in, but
they're usually very, very good. But they're 3-6-1 of their last 10. And they've scored, and it seems like they scored so much early in the season because everyone else around them is negative. They're the only positive team left in their placement in their area. But I'm looking at their guys, and I think that Tom Wilson injury a couple games back really set them back. And even when Tom Wilson came back, like I don't think their team just like caught back up like it was no snitches. Like it was caught back up without hitches. Like it. I'm looking now, and I guess. Like everyone is owned up. So there's no real crazy value beyond the best Michael in the league, Connor McMichael, or maybe a Ryan Leonard.
Yeah. Sort of, I think is still lighting it up out there.
Oh yeah. Sort of. Yeah. 100%. Actually, maybe Ryan Leonard. Ryan Leonard might be a value speculative play.
Yeah. PP1,
line 1, PP1. And
sort of 5 points in his last 4.
But that. Just the fact that I chose a random guy there on any one of these teams, and he plays 3 games after February 2nd, and he's a line 1 power play 1, just goes to show maybe he's one of the guys to fill Patrick Fry when you're describing not Patrick Fry. Wrong quote.
Breadman.
You're saying low owned guys to replace him. Yeah, like go to the next week, right? Like go to the next week just to see like, okay, what guys of value are available, are hanging around. I mean, I would even gonna say like the Capitals. Oh, the Capitals don't have that great a game state though, Alan. They're playing Detroit and Carolina on Saturday this week.
Okay. So you want
There's
it,
no
yeah, you want it more for next week.
for next week. Yeah, but if you're saying Panarin this week, dude, go to Tyler Bertuzzi and then see where your team lands after Friday and Saturday.
Well,
Man.
I don't think he's low owned though. I think him and Bedard are like the two guys that are over 50% on that team. Yeah, low owned guys. Yeah, I don't know. I'd
yeah, 53%. No.
You probably pick up some Hurricanes for the rest of the week.
Is there any
Yeah.
low owned guy for? Okay, so Levshinov would be the other value play. Teravainen, I guess, on the same team.
Yeah, if Burakovsky comes back, I don't know about Levshinov, man. I get that he's getting that prime deployment in PP1, but I've held him across a few leagues at least once, and he doesn't do enough for me. He's easily like the fourth defenseman, or I can find a replacement value on the wire. He's not there yet. I don't know if they just need a true power play defenseman or power play quarterback, or he just hasn't gotten there yet. I don't know.
Did anyone forget that Mason Marchment got the hat trick? Maybe 41%. I don't know.
Oh, nice. Well, I feel like he was kind of the priority ad. If you didn't want to mess with the Kings, I feel like Marchment was like kind of the priority ad for the week.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough to get like those two teams as well. Like I would say if you're not opposed to taking a flyer on any of the Chicago Hawks, then they're everywhere. Right. Aside from those two guys, they're everywhere. So they're all lowly owned. Yeah. Every one of them. I mean, that could be a possibility. But aside from that, I think this week it's just so hard to stream to optimize. There's only streams to
day-to-day.
Mitigate the horrendous schedule.
Speaking of Brad Mann, we'll move on to Patrick's question here from Discord. Where do you place Panarin's fantasy value? Knowing he's certainly going to be moved. He points out Washington and Colorado are supposedly in kind of the driver's seat at the moment. So I guess it's like the JT Miller thing. It's like, where do we think would be the coolest spot for him to land? The teams I saw before the show, the last tweet I saw, kind of calling out teams here: Colorado, Carolina, Dallas, LA, Washington, Minnesota, Anaheim, Detroit, Florida. Florida, I feel like, is probably out.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would fit him in salary cap wise unless they put Barkov on season ending LTIR.
Right. Where did they not say he was skating, Alan? I'm pretty sure they said he was skating.
Yeah, he's somehow he's skating. I don't know how he's skating, but he is. But I haven't seen any updates about that he will be back sooner than like conference finals.
Right.
But I mean, if you're in a redraft league and you want to try to stash him, hoping he comes back, cool. Like, don't hurt yourself doing it. But yeah, can't hurt you if you have the spot. Colorado, I mean, that should be the best fantasy spot ideally, but I don't know, man. I feel like Landeskog was kind of tearing it up on line one there, left wing. And I would say McKinnon needs kind of a trigger man. I don't think a playmaker is what you want playing with McKinnon.
Right. Well, McKinnon is the leading scorer though, right?
Oh, yeah. God, yeah. But I mean, his points, right? That's goals and assists.
I guess McKinnon does carry the puck on his stick.
And I think that's why we see Olofsson there, of all people, on line one right now. Whereas he's supposed to be trigger man. Carolina's in on everyone. I don't, especially after what happened with Ehlers first part of the season. I don't want him to go there. Dallas, if he can get on the line with Rantanen, heck yeah. I would say that's probably, me personally, that's one of my preferred spots to get him. I don't want him to go LA.
Right.
They're just not scoring a whole lot. I mean, and maybe someone like Panarin would help, but I'm not interested. Washington, now we got Ovi and Panarin both on the left wing. I'm not digging it. I feel like that would be I don't know, definitely not a boon, but yeah, it'd be a hindrance to his fantasy value. Minnesota, I really think they need a center. Like, and you don't want, again, you'd have Kaprizov, Panarin down your left side. I just no thanks. Yeah, I really think they're in the market for center. Anaheim is a spot I'm interested in because they're still scoring a lot. Detroit, maybe that'd be someone more. You could keep Kane and DeBrincat on that second line, and then have Panarin the top line with Larkin. I kind of like that, but I feel like they're a team that really needs a 2C rather than another winger. I don't know, Jay. Any of these stick out more than others to you?
I mean, feasibly, this guy is on such a high fucking salary that the only guy that can actually take him easily is Detroit, right? Detroit. Am I seeing this?
Oh yeah, they probably. Correctly? I think they have a ton of cap.
I think Detroit's the only real one. Like, and then the other real question is Detroit reasonably wanting or needing his services?
Yeah, and see, that's the thing I've heard about Detroit is they're wanting a 2C and then they want a top 4D. I don't know if. I mean, again, it's one of these things where if someone like that becomes available, you have to take a swing at it. Right. But I just, as far as fitting in the lineup, I don't know if it's what really puts them, fills, it doesn't quite fill a need as much as it is just another cannon.
Detroit is so interesting. Like, Detroit has a bunch of players that are like 29, 30, and then a whole bunch of players that are like literally 20 years old. And I wonder, when you have such a vast gap, like, how do you structure your team? They have actually an amazing setup right now where the vets are playing for, I guess, the vets are playing to value, and they still are on ELCs. So yes, in a way, you could say this is the moment. When you have guys on value on ELC, you take the extra step to try to snag a prime value offensive juggernaut scorer, and then that pushes you over the top and you win your cup. But on the other hand, I'm like,
I mean, this would be their first time making the playoffs in almost a decade. Right. I'm not sure now's the time to push all the chips in and try to make a big splash.
And who would they give up of value? Like, do they have are they selling the farm? So, you know what I mean? Just to get one.
Yeah, and that's what expiring year. They've said they're looking for like the Brock Nelson return, essentially. Like, I think a first or a second, like NHL player and like a prospect.
I feel like the one team for which the cap makes so much sense for them to actually go for it doesn't have an actual roster constructed in real life hockey where it would make sense.
Detroit, you're right, would have the cap, but I feel like their other needs would take precedent. Minnesota, again, I just don't like Minnesota and Washington. I don't like it because now they're a little crowded on the left wing. They can't really take advantage of that depth.
And Washington could finish below. I'm not saying it's likely, but Washington is close enough that they could still finish below the Rangers. Like, it's, can you imagine trading for him and then still, anyways, I don't
Although it's like the joke we made before the show where, the Vancouver trades for him and says, screw you to the rest of the league. Right. And then you have Elias Panarin and friends. Like, it's.
Oh, you fitted it out.
There we go. We made it. I fitted it in.
I love it.
Yeah, I would love it if Dallas got him from a fantasy perspective, because odds are, him and Rantanen. I would like that. Can we
even say, Alan, like, I think on a fantasy perspective, this is horrific for Panarin in the sense that the best thing for him fantasy-wise was for the Rangers with the best playoff schedules.
I know.
As well. And fantasy hockey playoff schedules, it would have been best if they just put them back on. They play hard for the playoffs, and they're like, we'll let the chips lie where they lie. Hopefully,
I think they're too far. I think they're so too far out to really.
They're so gone. Like, they're 15 points out. Like, the Leafs already have to win every game. The Florida Panthers already have to win every game.
We just give the Rangers extra games. It's good. It'll be all right. Play-in round or something. I don't know. And I don't know if Colorado has. They might have the salary space. I don't know. I'm not sure a player like. And I think we've said it before in the show, Jay. I don't know if Panarin is a good fit for McKinnon.
in projected cap space.
Oh
That
yeah,
can't
yeah.
happen.
So
That
they would have to send back guys.
Yes. And why
Oh,
would
you know
they
what?
when their team is literally this good in the
But
league?
then you have Keller on the left side in Utah. Yeah, Utah's another team that I know Friedman on 32 Thoughts has been just watch Utah. Like they will do something, and Utah, that would be interesting. But I mean, you got Keller, unless you move Keller to the right wing, and that could I would like Utah. I haven't heard them in Panera, but I bet they're a team that's kind of in on everyone because they have to be.
Oh, and I'm like on Puckpedia trying to like play this on. I'm trying to see like how do you get it so that you can see every team sort of by cap. There we go. Okay, so currently the current cap space, if we're like organizing, like the only teams really that could be challenging and also be, I guess, available to do shit, like Carolina for sure, Detroit for sure. But then afterwards, once you're looking down, you're like, all these other teams are here with so much cap because they're trying to tank.
Anaheim wouldn't really need to do much.
No.
And I think I've heard kind of Anaheim is one of the front runners because of the oh my gosh, Quenneville reunion there.
I mean,
Carolina's got
Anaheim is 7-3-0 in their past 10, right? So they have been making that splashback comeback. Yeah, he would immediately throw.
Yeah, LA wouldn't need to retain salary at all.
Fuck, Allen, I don't know. Now that you're saying Anaheim and LA, like maybe his future is in California, man. Like it does. It does.
I don't want him to go to LA though. From a fantasy perspective, I don't want him to go to LA. I feel like that is, unless they change coach.
I definitely think Anaheim would be amazing though. Imagine, dude, Gauthier. Holy shit, man!
And Anaheim, I feel like has the prospects and the like Ryan is saying in the chat. I feel like Anaheim has the capital to trade for him.
Oh, this would be like a snooker game, man. There'd be so many shots. Oh, it'd be amazing. Oh, Alan, I'm so down for it.
But yeah, I feel like most of these teams would be an improvement over the Rangers, though. But yeah, no, that was fun. I like these questions too, especially when I have that player. Trying to imagine what is the best fantasy outcome here. But yeah, I'd say I don't know. We bringing it in.
We're bringing it in
right under an hour. Awesome. Thanks everyone. We will be back Saturday for sit start and then Sunday for the next edition of the script. Last one before the Olympic break. Yeah, and then I think mostly Jay and I will just take a break from there until it gets closer to the games resuming. But yeah, man, good night. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.
We'll pick you up later.